Episode 7. The Surprise Announcement. Who dares to trespass into the mansion of Castillo? Check out the invitation card. You, isn't this the genius David? Have you finally gotten time to come to our mansion after being afraid of meeting people for 3 months? Bah! David, who hadn't even stepped into the Castillo family's gate, was immediately stopped by the 2 guards at the gate. When the 2 of them clearly saw that the person in front of them was David, disdain instantly surged from their faces, and the tone in which they spoke was full of ridicule as well. David's handsome face was so calm that there was not even the slightest fluctuation of emotions. His throat gently moved as he lightly replied, "I'm here to participate in the examination of Wintervale Marshall Mansion." His voice was calm, without a trace of anger or joy. The 2 guards looked at each other. Then they burst out laughing at the same time, and their laughter was full of contempt. "Unbelievable! Did you say examination just now? I'll bet you're still dreaming." The guard on the left changed the topic and shouted, "Scram far away from here. This is not a place that a cripple like you should be at." If it was 3 months ago, any of the guards in the Castillo family would have to treat David with respect. But now, even in the eyes of a normal person in Oakburn City, David was just a useless cripple. David acted as if he did not hear the mockery of the 2 and continued to walk up the stairs. "Don't you understand what I said just now?" The guard on the right frowned, raising his sandbag-sized fist and punched towards David's face. "Today, I'll make you, the cripple, be dragged back." David's eyes flashed with a cold light, and with a bang, the guard's fist forcibly stopped 10 centimeters in front of David, while David's palm accurately grabbed onto the guard's wrist. The guard was shocked, and just as he was about to change his movements in martial arts, he heard a cracking sound. The guard's arm had been broken and bent. Before he even had the chance to scream, David had already slapped his opponent's face. The guard was sent flying as mouthfuls of blood and broken teeth flew out from his mouth. The other guard was completely flabbergasted by the scene that unexpectedly happened. In his panic, he immediately raised the cold spear in his hands and threw it at David's chest and heart. The corner of David's mouth curled into a disdainful smile, and his right hand formed a fist as he quickly rushed out. Before the guard's cold spear even touched David's clothes, powerful fist force smashed right at the bottom of his throat. The assault that was comparable to great strength came crashing down, and the guard's collarbone shattered following the sound of attack. He continuously spat out large mouthfuls of blood. He was sent flying 5 to 6 meters away along with his spear and could not even stand up from the ground. The 2 of them looked at David with fear and respect. However, David did not even spare them another glance as he stepped through the Castillo family's gate. That proud and aloof youth's figure was swift and fierce like a blade, completely revealing his sharpness. Before the assessment, I have one more thing to announce. The Wintervale Marshall Mansion's mentor, Reginald, smiled slightly and said. Everyone was startled and stared at Reginald in confusion. The principal of Young Sect, Principal Cole, however, had a profound smile on his face as he said to Adrian, Gilbert, and Emmanuel, "Aha! I believe all of you will be very happy to hear this." Reginald also laughed and waved to an old man who was in his 50s behind him. The old man understood and walked forward under the confused gazes of the crowd and spoke with a clear voice. An edict was issued by the Wintervale Marshall Mansion. This year, the 3 strongest geniuses in the Oakburn City will be exempted from the examination and directly become official students of Wintervale Marshall Mansion. This sort of honor couldn't be ignored. This signified the importance that the Wintervale Marshall Mansion placed on them and also showed how special they were. These people are Lucas, Jocelyn, and Oscar. Let's welcome the strongest 3 geniuses of Oakburn City to go up onto the stage and receive the badges of the students of Wintervale. Under the thunderous applause of the audiences, Lucas, Oscar, and Jocelyn, the 3 geniuses all went up to the stage in the center. At this moment, they looked like the brightest stars in the night, exceptionally dazzling. The applause was like a clap of thunder as cheers rose one after another. Jocelyn, who had always been the main character today, shone brilliantly like a myriad of stars surrounding the moon. Even Oscar, who usually did not laugh, was excited. Lucas was in high spirits, with a look of complacency on his face. Soon after, a young servant from Wintervale Marshall Mansion handed out the Academy's badges to the three of them. It was a glittering diamond-shaped badge. The surrounding of the badge was painted with beautiful patterns, and the word Wintervale in the middle of it exuded a sharp aura. "Miss Jocelyn, congratulations on entering Wintervale." The young servant handed the badge over to Jocelyn. "Thank you." Jocelyn was ecstatic, and her smile was like a flower, shining brilliantly, noble and beautiful. "Sir Oscar, congratulations on entering Wintervale." Oscar solemnly accepted the badge. "Thank you." When the young servant walked in front of Lucas, the atmosphere below the stage immediately rose to an unprecedented height. As the head of the geniuses of the young sect college, Lucas possessed absolute popularity. At this moment, Lucas's body released a light aura, which was as dazzling as stars. "Sir Lucas, congratulations on becoming a member of Wintervale." There was a trace of approval in the servant's eyes. "Thank you very much." Lucas's face was brimming with a carefree smile. "Hold on." Just as Lucas was about to receive the badge, a cold voice suddenly came from behind, and it almost shocked the people on the stage. The indifferent words were like the icy blades in winter, and they were cold and bone-piercing. On the stage, Jocelyn's beautiful face changed slightly, surprise gushing out of her eyes. The second daughter of the Castillo family, Erin, who was standing below the arena, trembled her body. She gripped her hands lightly, and a trace of light surged out of her eyes. "It's Brother David's voice." The crowd was stunned. Everyone looked at the same direction. The crowd quickly parted, and a slender young figure gradually appeared in everyone's line of sight. In addition to the unexpected event, contempt appeared on the faces of everyone on site, especially the dean of Young Sect College, Principal Cole, whose eyes were filled with disgust. Facing the gazes of disdain from all around him, David walked towards the center of the high platform, step by step. The gaze that was as cold as a sharp blade pierced through the air and directly landed on the head of the genius, Lucas. He was not worthy to be the strongest genius in Oakburn City.